These are the amount of times I stopped at how breathtaking Ghost of Tsushima was. It's a great game, but for me, it's more than that. It's an unforgettable experience. But why? It's because it changed the way I see things and the actions I take in day to day life. So, here are the 3 ways Ghost of Tsushima changed me. Number 1, adaptability. Remember when Nokia used to be the biggest phone company in the world? It had the best quality phones available in the market. And then touchscreen technology came out and phones evolved into smartphones. And Nokia, once the largest phone company in the world, disappeared from the market. Why is that? It's because they couldn't adapt to the change. Those who can't adapt will perish. A message that is clear in Ghost of Tsushima. Right from the opening scene, the game establishes Khotun Khan as the antagonist who will always play against the rules. He is cruel. So what do you do to defeat an enemy who doesn't play fair? You adapt. That's exactly what Jin does. While stealth methods are against the honor of a samurai and is labeled as methods used by thieves, Jin had to adapt to be able to defeat the Mongols because they had such a gigantic numbers advantage. This resonated with me because I played this game at a time in my life when I had just gotten into a prestigious college. I had to move away from my family and friends to go and stay in a hostel for the next 4 years. And I was scared. Not only had I not stayed without my parents for an extended period before, but mixed with the fact that I had to live with a roommate and I didn't know how I was going to adapt to them. On top of that, knowing the fact that I'm in a completely new place which is unfamiliar to me, I was way out of my comfort zone. But I had to adapt. And this game really got me thinking and helped me go through the phase of adapting to the unfamiliar environment. While this worked out in my life, in the story, it's more complex than that. Breaking the honor code to resort to stealth tactics, while effective, makes you question whether you're doing this for the good or are you becoming the monster that you had sworn to defeat. By applying tactics the Mongols used, does it mean you're stooping down to their level? Is it the right choice morally? There's no real easy answer to it. And that's moral complexity for you. This is another reason why I love the story. It's realistic in showing that most things in life aren't just black and white. They fall in the grey region. And decisions are often hard, but at the end of the day, you're the one who'll make the choice. Moving on to number 2, reflection. Throughout the game, there are not only main story quests and side quests, but there are plenty of other activities that you can do. Following yellow birds leading you to bamboo strikes, haikus, headbands, and most importantly, onsens. This is what I want to talk about in this section. Onsens are hot springs that are found abundantly throughout the map of Ghost of Tsushima, and if you're visiting it for the first time, you get a sweet permanent boost to health. But that's not what I want to talk about here. You see, when Jin enters the onsen, we get an option to reflect on certain things. Not only is this a break from all of the fighting and stealth in the game, it's a refresher and you get to take just a moment to think about what has been happening, what is gonna happen, and what has already happened before. The first thing that came to my mind is my mother telling me to practice reflection every day. Thinking and reflecting on what happened the whole day at the end of the day. Thinking whether your day was productive or not, did you meet a goal today, were you happy with what your day was today and how it went, if you can improve or not. These are the questions that you tackle if you decide to reflect on how your day went. And purposefully thinking of such things can make you strive to be better the next day and continuously aim for higher goals or aim to solve issues that might be bothering you. It gives you a way to look at your life in third person. See what's going on from an outsider's view. Sometimes looking from the outside makes you understand yourself better. While I admit that recently I haven't used this in my life, I recognize that it has benefits and that it can provide me, and I do plan on starting again. In the game, this can also act as a small snippet of lore and a look into how Jin thinks and what's going on in his mind. It makes the character feel more human. I think reflection applies the most right now out of all of the times. In a fast-paced world like ours right now, people seem to not have any time to just stand still and admire the things around us. I'm also guilty of this, but recently, even with the amount of workload I have decided to live my life in a fulfilling way, where every day is lived without regrets. This has helped me not only mentally but also improved me physically, helping me manage my blood pressure as well, which only a couple of months ago was higher than normal, but now I'm doing much better. Gratitude, that's what it is. Being thankful for where we are, the people we have in our lives, being thankful about the work and the things given to us. You don't have to be religious to practice this. It will just make you value the things you have even more. It's a way of understanding the value of things before we lose it. Because at the end of the day, nothing's permanent, but our lives matter. And the reflection will help you find your meaning to it. And that is what Ghost of Tsushima taught me. Number 3. Honor.
You have no honor, and you are a slave to it.
This moment in the story encapsulates what Ghost of Tsushima is all about. And if you've experienced this moment after playing the full game, this is goosebumps inducing. It hits very hard. As I said before, moral complexity is a major theme in this story. To understand this moment, we need to first understand what is honor and how is it that this changed me. Honor means the respect and esteem shown to others. Yes, this is what Google told me, but it makes sense. While the honor which has been shown in the game is a very strict code of conduct which probably cannot be applied that strictly to our modern world, but we can still learn from this. But honor can be interpreted in multiple ways in different cultures. How do you know what is right and what is wrong? It's funny because the honor that has been shown as a crucial part of the conflict in the story isn't even accurate. The samurai code as we know it today didn't exist in the 13th century. The Bushido code of honor represented by Shimura in the game didn't exist for a few more centuries, most recognized in the 17th century Edo period. Even the katanas seen in the game didn't exist at the time period. Clearly, Ghost of Tsushima took some creative decisions to alter the history for the sake of the narration of the story. While honor might be interpreted in different ways and it is a complex topic to discuss, I think there are some basic ways that you can live honorably regardless of the culture. Things like respect for the rights of other humans, taking responsibility for your actions, protecting and helping the needy, and avoiding conflict are all simple ways to make your life meaningful, along with others better. It is an honorable way of living. Of course, if humans could live so perfectly, then by now we would be living in a utopia, which is obviously not possible, but we can hope and we can take steps. Change yourself and the world will change, one step at a time. And that's something I'm striving to do as well. I didn't expect this game to make me look at life so philosophically and really thinking about the greater purpose in life and tackle such deep topics. But hey, I'm glad. And this is why I think Ghost of Tsushima has impeccable storytelling. And maybe it was the timing of when I played it, maybe it was the fact that I love samurai movies. Maybe it's because it was one of the first RPG games that I played. But I really do think this game affected me a lot. And I can confidently say that Ghost of Tsushima to me is life-changing. It is flawless. And with that, I want to conclude this video. I had a lot of emotions attached to this game, still have, and I had to share it with the world. I had a lot of fun making this video and I hope you enjoyed watching it. So a like and a subscribe to the channel would mean a lot. Thank you so much for watching this video and I'll see you in the next one.